Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 14 of working on the 302 budget build. And in part 13, I found out that I blew my budget. I had a budget of $2,000, and after buying the oil pump, I'm about $50 over my $2,000 budget. Yes, it's not the end of the world. I understand that. And there's things I can do to help offset that. Like when I bought the engine, it was $100. It was all apart. Great, because I could see what I was buying. It was perfect. But the engine came with the upper and lower intake. It was one of those that come over the side and it says 50HO on it. So I got the upper lower intake. I got the stock E7 heads, the fuel injector rail, fuel injectors, wiring harness, throttle body. Got the timing cover that came off it. So I've got a lot of parts that came with this that I can sell. If I sell those parts, then that's money that can go straight back in to this, and I'll be under budget again. So I have a to-do list, and I can work on some of this today. Like I can sandblast intake, I can sandblast the headers. Valve covers, I'm going to go through my stash and see if I have something that'll fit. I can put on a fuel pump. Now the starter, I have 3 of them. Pretty sure they work. If not, they're easy to take apart and get working. But I don't have the trans that I'm going to be using on this engine put in the car. So really can't do anything with the starter. But I'm going to start by sandblasting some parts. This is the intake that I wanted, and I got it. It's a Performer RPM, not the air gap, just a regular Performer RPM. But it's unmolested. I mean, none of these holes are stripped. It's not all ported out. You know, it's stock. That's what I wanted. I'm going to take the headers off. They're just stock Mustang GT headers, but you know, they were cheap, no work. Get them sandblasted, use header paint on those, and I'm going to put like a clear engine enamel clear coat on the intake. So I gotta get to work. After a grueling session in the sandblaster, got the intake ready for clear coat. I mean, it looks good. I don't want to touch it. I did a quick job on the headers. Get some paint the headers, and get clear coat, spray it on the intake. Before I do that though, I need to get all that residue off there, because my sandblaster has silica sand in it, and it leaves like a powdery residue on there, and I like to clean that off with like brake cleaner, to spray it down, hose it real good, and then starting fluid after that, and then maybe a little bit more brake clean, blow it off of there, and it's ready to be coated or painted. Okay, I use this Eastwood High Temperature coating spray, matte silver finish, 1200 degrees. It's from Eastwood. It was $15.95, and it's got a date March 30, 07. So I've had this on the shelf a long time. But man, I I didn't use it before, it was sealed up. But if it stays that shiny, I'm going to be happy. You got to spray it on and wait an hour between coats. And 2 to 3 thin coats. That's the first thin coat on the back side. So I got to wait an hour and spray it. I'm going to wait an hour, flip it over, spray some more. Sprayed the second coat on there. Well, actually, I flipped it over, sprayed it. It's the first coat on this side. So everything has one coat. But it just dawned on me when I was doing that I just screwed myself. Because I never took the stud out of there. You know, that broken stud. That one there. So, yeah, I can do that, but it's going to maybe wreck the paint. So, I'm debating if I should put a second coat on or just leave that first coat, fix that, and then paint it after. Well, I'm going to check the can because I think it said something about getting all the coats on in a certain amount of time. Let me go read that. That says all coats. Well, it says 30 to 60 minutes between coats, 2 to 3 coats, and that all coats must be applied within 2 hours of the previous coat or after 1 week. So I'm just going to have to spray on the second coat, let that cure. Then when I fix that, I have to wait a week to put more on. So yeah. On the other note, I got the clear for the intake. I'm going to be using flame proof satin clear. I mean, it's made for like exhaust manifolds and headers, but it also says that it can be used on external components, radiator, cooling components, and manifolds. So I'm going to use this on the intake. Here we go. Trying to get all the surfaces with a thin first coat, kind of like a tack coat, and let that sit for 10 minutes and spray on some more. Okay, do that again in 10 more minutes. I'm going to spray a second coat of the clear on. One thing you notice, and I'm not real fond of this either, but when you spray clear on sandblasted aluminum, it turns gray. But since this is made for exhaust systems, and that is a nice bright silver, I'm going to do a test spray this on the back of that. And if it doesn't affect the color, then this intake will probably get painted like that and clear coated. If I don't like it, I can sandblast it off again. So before I waste what's in here, I'm going to have to test it on that. Let's go do that. Flip one of them over here. This is the one I'm going to have to be working on with that stud. So looks like I got some drippage on there, huh? All right, so yeah. Looks like it turned that darker gray, didn't it? And I have to let it dry and see. Luckily that drip part's on the bottom. You're not going to see that. Okay. Be back in 10 minutes and see what she looks like. While that's drying, I'm going to cut away this gasket that's sticking out of here. It just makes everything look cleaner. And I'm getting ready to paint the block. I decided I'm going with black, gloss black engine paint. I'm going to cut away this gasket. I'm going to set this other one that I did not clear coat next to this one that I did. And you can see it looks gray. Well, I can see it. The camera's not showing it up real well, but you know, this looks a lot more gray than that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plop these over like this. That's the way they're going to be on the engine. I'm going to give them a good coat of silver. And it says that it's gas and oil resistant. So this is all that those are going to get. I'm not going to bother clear coating them. And if I have any left in this can, I think I'll just paint that thing silver and see how it holds up without the clear. Sure goes on nice and shiny. But this is a satin. I wonder if they make this in a gloss and if it holds up well. You guys know, have you used the Eastwood High Temp coating spray? Comment down below. Let me know what or let all of us know what your experiences are with it. Guess I'd have to wonder, do they even still make this? Because I bought this in 2007. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. Switch over to brand intake. I did take some tape and cover up that brass fitting there. Okay, it does say to use thin coats. And I already saw how I can make it drip and run on those, so I'm going to leave this alone. Come back in an hour. Spray time. Okay, people, if any of you have used this Eastwood high temperature coating spray, comment below. I want to know how it holds up and if it went on this shiny when you used it, and then did it stay shiny. I sure hope it does. Second coat. Put this on a little bit thicker. Okay, folks. I'm calling that the end of part 14, working on a 302 budget build. I thank you for watching Dan's Messy Garage. Please stay tuned to my channel for future episodes. Goodbye.